Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Three news stories. First one is about Eskinder Nega, Fano commander, politician turned Fano commander, who released a video message a few hours ago. Secondly, Gondar, West Gondar, where some civilians have been kidnapped. And after that, clashes are ongoing between Fano fighters and Ethiopian military. Thirdly, Oromia region of Ethiopia, where this week around 10 people were allegedly killed by Ethiopian military in a revenge attack. Massacres in Ethiopia involving civilians committed allegedly by forces are mostly revenge attacks. So, what happened in East Ovalega? And from which ethnic group are the killed people? Firstly, your Skandar Naga released a video message a few hours ago. We have been hearing rumors about Skandar, by the way. It was being rumored that Skandar had been uh, put under house arrest, that he had been detained by some Fano groups, that there were disputes between Skandar and other Fano commanders. And that is why he was not being allowed to operate freely in the Amhara region. And we know that Skandar last week announced the formation of Amhara uh, Fano People's Army, a new Fano platform, I would say. He made appointments of a few individuals to political, diplomatic, and finance wings of this new organization. Last year, he formed Amhara, a popular front in Gojam, but later we saw that Zamina Kasi entered Gojam, and Skandar then started a tour of entire Amhara region. Vollo, Shoa, Gojam were visited by Skandar. But rumors going around that Skandar is no more part of the broad Fano leadership, which is monitoring the military operation, political activities in the Amhara region. Now, Skandar has appeared, so it means all rumors were incorrect. All rumors were being deliberately spread about Skandar's whereabouts. Skandar is safe, allowed to speak freely. There could be problems between Skandar and other Fano commanders. That is what happens. Obviously, when so many Fano groups are operating, there are bound to be frictions between commanders too. But we cannot say there is active infighting in Fano. We could not confirm that. Only one or two incidents. Otherwise, they are not fighting against each other. They're united. They want to remove the government, the prime minister. Skandar released a message in connection with the death of Bante Abate, the Fano, South Gondar Fano chief who was killed 72 hours ago in Dera, South Gondar. Skandar extended condolences not to just the family of Bante Abate, but to all Amhara people. According to him, it's a loss for all Amhara people. But he vowed that the fight will go on. So, after Vubante's death, we have seen statements from top Fano commanders. All Fano groups issued statements after Vubante's death. Separate statements. Shoa Fano, we saw there that Meketao spoke. In Volo, Mere Buddha was silent, but his representative spoke. In Gojam, 3 or 4 Fano commanders issued a joint statement. Gondar also issued a statement, no video message from Gondar, especially North Gondar. I could not confirm that. I could not find any video message from North Gondar Fano. Maybe they are a bit more careful now, because They don't want to be traced. Security forces are trying to locate Fano commanders. So I think they'll be careful now. They'll be careful in releasing videos, in uh, contacting journalists. Journalists take them for interviews, sometimes live reports. So it means they expose themselves. The Fano commanders expose themselves. They become vulnerable. I think they might change the strategy. These foreign-based journalists want to interview Fano commanders, and some say these journalists are endangering the lives of Fano commanders. So Skandar also released a message. All Fano groups, all Fano commanders say that Ubante's death does not mean that the struggle has ended. By the way, these Fano commanders have chosen this path voluntarily. No one forced Skandar to return to Ethiopia from US and take up arms. No one forced Ubante Abate to. So these people have chosen this path of resistance, of armed movement. They won't surrender. They'll fight or they'll die as long as they have people's support. The day people stop supporting Fano groups, Fano commanders, they'll cease to exist. The military cannot defeat Fano groups by killing a few commanders. Fano groups can only be damaged if military somehow manages to cut off the connection between Fano and Fano fighters and the people. So all were rumors about Skandar. Skandar is safe, free to speak. Secondly, was East Valaga zone of the Oromia region, where this week around 10 people were killed allegedly by Ethiopian military. At a crucial time when talks are underway between the IMF and World Bank, and IMF has been calling upon the government of Ethiopia to ensure protection of people's rights. Civilian deaths are being reported. Enad Party officials talk to Voice of America. The party mainly works to protect the interests of the Amhara people, especially in Addis Ababa. The party claims that the residents of East Valaga, Gida Ayana district, state that this week Ethiopian military killed 10 civilians. They are mostly youths. They were killed because an ENDF officer, ENDF member, was shot dead in the area by some gunmen. The military accused Amhara armed locals, and military then launched an operation, and around 10 were killed. Locals say the killed people had no hand in the death of ENDF member. Uh, ENDF has not issued any statement. These security forces in Ethiopia have immunity. Not immunity, they kill people with impunity because they're not held accountable. They kill people publicly. Extrajudicial killings are a norm, not an exception in Ethiopia. That is why when Ethiopian military comes under pressure on some front and soldiers die, then if any civilians are found suspicious of suspected of having links with armed groups, civilians are attacked, killed, arrested. It happened in Meravi too, and now in Oromia region in East Valaga reportedly. By the way, keeping in view the security situation in Valaga, will IDPs from Debre Birhan return to Valaga? IDPs have been returned. Some IDPs, dozens returned to Valaga. Other government forced them to return to Valaga from Debre Birhan, North Shore zone of the Amharian, but they are not safe here. They want to go back to Debre Birhan, keeping in view the killings, the attacks on Amhara people in Valaga. Thirdly, viewers, roads are closed in western Gondar. Roads connecting Gondar with Sudan closed. Military is conducting an operation there. Some people have been kidnapped. Around 5 have been kidnapped. along the road from Gondar to Metemma. Metemma is on Ethiopia-Sudan border. There is a border crossing too in Metemma. These civilians were on their way from Aikal or Chelga. From Chelga, they were on their way towards Metemma when armed people kidnapped them. Identity of the victims is not clear. Is it Oromo Gumastanshan or some foreigners have been kidnapped? Security forces are not issuing any statement. Pano groups are silent. Whenever they kidnap people, they don't issue statements. They remain silent. But as I said in some videos after Vante Bate's death, that now definitely civilians who are family members of Prosperity Party leaders, government officials, family members, are going to be targeted by Fano fighters, or those civilians who are actively supporting the military operation against Fano fighters. They'll definitely be targeted now. They are being targeted for the last 1 year. Fano fighters have been assassinating, killing civilians who are supporting the military operation or working as spies for the military. Now we're going to see more attacks on people. That is what happened in West Gondar. Again, both sides silent, but roads closed and reports of heavy fighting between Fano and military along this main road. It's a very strategic area, by the way, because through this road, Fano fighters can gain access to Sudan. And Fano fighters want to gain access to Sudan because they want to be in a position to receive logistics from neighboring countries. But reportedly, military is in control of border areas of Matim, obviously. Border crossing is under military control. The military now has launched a clearance operation between Matimma and Aikal, reportedly. Thank you for watching.